Okay, yeah, I think we're ready. So do hand gesture and countdown for me. Oh, and we are back. Thank you all so much for your patience.
We are here with Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, being ran by Avatar of Honor. Uh, no ceremony needs to be had, so I'll let you just take the wheel.
Alright then, welcome to Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. This was only released this summer. So we're doing any percent. I think the category has actually changed. I think it's called any percent no restricted or something. We're not going to use any assists or anything. And we're just going to get going here. So, okay, so for those that are curious, this seems to take place during the events of the Nintendo Ninja Gaidens, so between 1 and 3. Right now, we're running through this early level. This is Ryu's father, who is going to his death. Sad but true. And this one's just straight running forward. I don't know if we have any leftover donations from Hobby's Run, but if you do, now's a good time, because all I'm going to be doing is running and slashing. And the occasional jump, I suppose.
Of course, I'd be more than happy to read some stuff out for you as this is Slurpathon. And Slurpathon is raising money for Extra Life, which raises funds for Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Proceeds go to the Alberta Children's Hospital Foundation. Last year, Slurpathon raised $2,451.13 for Extra Life. And we've got a current goal for $2,000 this year, which we're actually making pretty
Steady progress towards. We're about $1,243 away from hitting the goal of 2,000 right now. And for those who might be interested in something that might be a little bit more encouragement, we do have a couple of incentives coming along the lines here for anybody who might donate for the next little while. We've got Metroid Fusion incentives. One is, it's the bid war. Everybody knows the bid war. It's to save or kill the animals. We're already there, so we're looking for your donations as to whether or not we should kill or save the animals when we get to Metroid Fusion. As it currently stands, saving the animals is in the lead. So if you want to see those animals dead, make sure you donate. We also just letting everybody know that funds raised go to the Alberta Children's Hospital as unrestricted funds. This means the hospital decides where and how to spend the money to ensure the dollars raised make the biggest impact possible. And just for those who aren't in the know, Extra Life is a Children's Miracle Network hospital fundraising program that empowers the gaming community to make a difference in the lives of local kids. Participants fundraise year-round, including a 24-hour gaming marathon, an annual gaming tournament in early spring, and a weekend of tabletop gaming. If you want to get involved, it is as easy as signing up online at extra-life.org, asking your friends and family to donate, and pledging to play games in support of the Children's Miracle Network Hospital of your choice. You can play from the comfort of your home, playing any game you want.
Okay, now that Malif's done talking, we've already screwed up a few tricks and stuff here, but so on the whole, when you're playing Ninja Gaiden Ragebound, the fastest way to move forward is to roll. So we're going to be trying to roll forward as much as possible, and bounce off things as much as possible. Oh dear, I screwed it up again. There we go. That's what's supposed to happen. Another critical thing here we're going to learn about is charging up these hypercharges. So you can get them one of two ways. You can kill enemies for them, and it gives you, or you can sacrifice a portion of your life to gain a hypercharge. We're going to use this to basically bring ourselves down to a certain level of HP. At the end of 1-3, when we're forced into the shop, we're going to buy a very specific upgrade that gives us more damage when we're at low health. I am not super great at this game, so what we're going to do is we'll just gradually make our way there. We won't force ourselves to low health all the time, except at the end of this level, where we want Ryu to kill us as fast as possible. And that sequence with the dummies there is set in stone. Actually, should have been doing this earlier. There we go. Now Ryu should kill us in one hit. And we're done 1-1. So the story here now, Ryu's going off, and the village is under attack. So in this level, we're going to collect 3 of the golden scarabs that we need to purchase that upgrade I talked about earlier. And then we'll collect the 4th one in the next level. We're having issues with my rolls. We're also going to abuse this, it's called the guillotine bounce, as much as possible, where we're going to jump off enemies, bounce off of them, and hopefully reach higher areas. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But, oh. Now, when you're rolling, you can, if you attack mid roll, you will do something called a lunge attack, which you might have just seen the achievement pop up for. It's actually slow because you'll get locked into the ending animation. So we're going to try to avoid that. If you time it right, you'll come out and do a regular slash, which won't slow you down too much. It's not something we'll particularly do overly often, but you occasionally see it. Ooh. Yeah. And there's our 3rd scarab. Oh yes, and another thing, you are able to deflect projectiles with your blade. Very cinema. This includes, obviously, the guillotine bounces as well. Basically, as long as your weapon comes in contact with a projectile, you can deflect it. There you are. And there may be instances where I just seem to randomly pause like that. It's just me trying to skip cutscenes and then going too fast. So here we're going to use our hypercharged attacks to try to knock the demon down, do as much damage as we can. He'll occasionally summon an enemy that does it for us. There is like a stun timer thing where they will eventually not get knocked back. Ooh, I got the roll there. Haven't quite figured out what the exact timing of that is, but... And there we go, see? Pausing again. So there's lots of ways to go faster in this, most notably by damage boosting. I haven't been particularly great at these damage boost strats. Oh dear. So we're gonna. I'm not gonna say we won't damage boost, but they'll mostly be locations where I know it's going to work for myself. Not that you could tell based on how I'm performing right now. Alright, so here's that first shop. I am slow here generally. Skip that dialogue. Okay. So now when we reach low HP, oof, you'll see my sword swings will turn red. There's a little flash above my head as well when we hit low HP. That'll indicate that's when we're doing more damage. And I think for the foreseeable future, we're just running and fighting. So there we go.
I take it that's a cue for me to step in.
You probably should, or we can keep this awkward silence. Your call.
I mean, awkward silence is always very, very fun and delightful. We like some good awkward silence. Letting people know what's coming up in the schedule. Of course, we've got Ninja Gaiden Ragebound going on right now, and it is being done fantastically, if I can say so myself. There's plenty of other things coming up in this event as well, such as Ninja Gaiden 3, and then after that we've got Overload, Kingdom Hearts 2 Randomizer, a large archipelago, and then Metroid Fusion to wrap up today. So we have a lot of other games coming up as well, so do stick around. Keep sticking around. I mean, we're in the middle of a run, so definitely stick around and enjoy the rest of this Ninja Gaiden Ragebound run. And also as a reminder for everybody that we are raising funds right now, specifically for the Alberta Children's Hospital Foundation through Extra Life. Now, we still have a bunch of incentives that haven't been met. Right now, the current one we're looking at is a bid word for Metroid Fusion to save or kill the animals. So if you want to make sure that the animals are either saved or killed, right now, saving is in the lead by $30. All you have to do is donate.
Almost went past the door. Revenge match against this monster. And this is pretty much going to follow the exact same thing. I'm just going to try to keep knocking him down with the hyper attacks. You know what, we'll avoid this one. Ooh. There we go. And then he blows himself up, and we lose the fight anyways. Okay, so Act 2, we're going to learn about the second half of this, ninja of this game, Kumori. She's from an opposing ninja clan called the Spider Clan. She is the superior ninja in my opinion, because all she does is throw kunais, which makes my life much easier when running through levels. And you're going to be a little jarred there whenever I enter an elevator because you can apparently hit start to cutscene skip the elevator animation, which is a fair chunk of time in this game, in this level in particular.
folks might be interested, I could share a little bit of backstory about Slurpathon.
Please do.
Slurpathon started off as a small in-person marathon held in Calgary, Alberta. As we grew over the years, we started to include more of our friends, including people flying up from the States. As we entered 2020 and had to navigate the ever-changing nature of the pandemic, we moved to be more online-based. Since then, we have adopted a hybrid style, taking turns both from online and doing some at Slurpathon HQ. During the marathon, we are once again raising money for Extra Life. Extra Life is a fundraising event that directly supports the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. The money raised by our team specifically goes to the Alberta Children's Hospital Foundation. If I remember correctly, the first Slurpathon was actually just Slurpy Ninja just doing a long marathon by himself raising funds. And a couple of people, many of the people that are regulars here today, gathered around and kind of helped him out from then on, just to kind of make it so it's not just him streaming on his own.
Okay, we're gonna hit the boss here of Kumari's first level. She used to give me a lot of problems, but then, you know, I learned how to use my hypercharge attacks properly, and now she's cakewalk. We are going to take things a little bit slower than I have in the past, just to make sure we hit this monster, whose name I can't remember. Because I have whiffed on these hypercharge attacks before, and it screws up with the timing of everything. Oh, that was weird. She went left for some reason. And some more cliff notes here. The cutscene that I just skipped past is going to be the Spider Clan head suggesting that Kumori go and tame the power of the demons, which is what we're going to do, or at least we're going to attempt to do. So we're going to hop on this motorcycle for every speedrunner's favorite thing, the auto scroller. You either love it or you hate it, because you can never lose time in an auto scroller, or you can't go faster because it's an auto scroller. What do you think, Maleef? Do you love it or do you hate it?
I'm typically not too fond. So, I mean, there's a few ways you can look at it. Like the two you stated, ultimately are the two sides. It can be enjoyable because it can be a chance in the middle of the run to kind of rest without losing time because you forced yourself to rest. It's the game telling you have to slow down and breathe, which helps out, but at the same time, if you're looking for the best times, you probably built enough where you have the stamina to not really need that break. So then you're kind of just stuck there twiddling your thumbs. Which means that there's moments like this where I kind of have to fill in the air, or somebody else asks you, or you look at chat and you read chat and you're like, "Hi chat, how are you doing? Are you having fun? I hope you're having a great time. I'm having a great time. I'm hanging out with a bunch of cool people, raising good money for a great cause." Yeah, we've raised $756 so far, and we are aiming at our $2,000 goal, which we're making pretty steady progress towards. Like, we're almost halfway there, and I mean, the marathon's barely been going. Like, there was a couple of runs yesterday. Celeste started really late, and then everything else kind of ran a bit later, and then we've only been running for about 4 hours today, and we've already gotten $756, which is absolutely phenomenal. But we absolutely would like to raise even more money, more opportunities, and try to hit that goal, maybe even surpass it would be absolutely wonderful. It would make me very, very happy. Happier than the... What is that in the trolley? A demon. I'm sure he looks like he's having a great time in there screaming at Avatar.
He was until he crashed it.
Nah. Well, now he's maybe not having as great of a time, but, you know, he's maybe still enjoying himself in the film. Yeah, there you go. he was very crashed. I love snowy areas. I don't know. They just. I mean, yeah, no, I just like the cold. That's probably just me.
I know you like killing trees.
I don't like killing trees. I've never killed a tree. Not a single one in my entire life have I ever. Why would you say that to me?
I mean, you know why, so
No,
it seems like you asking why is redundant.
no, no, no. I didn't do it. It was a stick I found on the ground. Dad, I promise.
Okay, so end of this level here. Kumori is actually captured. You would see that. I don't know why I jumped there. We're going to use a hypercharge and bring our life down as fast as possible to end the level. It just happened. So continuing on the narration, in order for Kenji and Kumori to escape the grasp of the demons, Kumori does some magic, black magic that fuses her soul and abilities with Kenji. And this level is all about learning how that works. So now Kenji has Kumori's ability to throw kunais. And we get one other ability which we're going to learn about in just a little bit here. I forget what it's called. I think it's spider weapons. That sounds right. Oop, wrong direction. But basically we're going to have an extra attack, which we're not going to really use that often, but we're going to use it for here to learn how to get at enemies we can't get to. How did you not get hit? I'm hurt. I'm hurt, game. Really messes with my mojo. These spider weapons also can get through some of those hyper attack required barriers like this. So we'll use them where we get a chance to. Really, I think this is the only time we use them in this fashion. Now, the intent of this section here is to build up enough rage orbs to do the thing at the end, but it's been discovered that you don't actually need to build up your meter. You can just run to the end here, and you'll get it. That meter is the 5 orbs you see on the top left around the health bar. Once those are filled up and glowing, you get the Ragebound art. But like I said, we don't need to fill it up this particular time. And I missed my roll there. I'm gonna roll past Kumori trying to talk to us. Don't think there was actually a cutscene there. I was just mashing start for some reason. And thankfully, no boss in this level. We're going to continue our descent down the mountain from where we were captured. So from this point forward, the name of the game is pretty much just dodge and damage boost as much as possible. Rolls, jumps, whatever it takes. Go monsters, you're so slow. So I don't think I really mentioned anything about this on the previous level. There are obviously these little stations where you can change from Kenji to Komori, because we have some Komori-specific pathing that opens up the path for Kenji, because he's blocked for some reason or other. There's a few where we can skip Komori stuff. Unfortunately, none of that happens here. Oh, jeez. There is a way to dodge the spikes for a few frames. Oops. By using a guillotine bounce at the right moment, gives you a certain number of iframes. Haven't quite figured out the timing for it. And it kind of just welcomes me to taking more damage than I am capable of dealing with. So I'm going to avoid that as often as possible. And I don't know what that demon did to make all the water red. He like bleeds into it, but I don't know. There's no seemingly story behind what he's doing there. Right. Yeah.
I don't know about you, but it looks more like wine than blood.
I can't decide if that's something a tree murderer would say or someone who's an alcoholic.
What?
I don't know what I'm saying. Please die. Alright, now we get a two-headed serpent here that we're going to kill. Now that we have Komori who can throw kunais, we're going to be throwing kunais as much as possible while we fight. I think there's a chance I die here because I don't have a lot of HP. We should be good. Oh. That boss, when I first started, gave me so much trouble. I could not grasp it. Oh hey, just got an achievement. Finished 3-2 without dying.
Yay, good job.
Okay, so now we're going to get a choice of 3 levels, a Pirate Cove, Temple, and a Construction Yard. I'm just going to start at the top with the Pirate Cove. We're going to skip the dialogue, but Komori even makes note about how cliche it is that that they're investigating a Pirate Cove. Oh, there you saw it. I mean, didn't really get to make use of the iframes from that, but... So there's the dialogue about the Pirate Cove that we're going to skip. And some more Komori action. Grab that just in case I screw up. And Komori's going to cause a cave-in that doesn't kill anybody, but opens up a path for Kenji. I'm not sure why there was a primed cannon sitting there, but hey, Pirate Cove. Okay, and we're going to try to skip this here. And we failed. It's not an overly hard skip, but I don't know. Kind of 50-50 when it comes to that one. But that's okay, because it doesn't take too much time. Oh. One of the things I love about this game is how fast everything sounds. When you're a ninja and you're jumping straight up a wall, it sounds so fast. It's so much fun. I'm not going to make that, regrettably. Just wait this out. Oh, that was a great section. I usually get caught on something or do a guillotine boost by accident, but that one was straight jumping this time. Oh, and then I screwed that up. No, pirate skeleton. Stop shooting stuff at me.
I'm realizing now this level might be a little appropriate because, if I'm not mistaken, it's called like Pirate Day.
Sure, I guess. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't remember.
All these primed cannons just left lying around. Oh. Okay, now we're going to meet part of the boss of this level. You're going to be chased by a lot of tentacles in another auto-scroller like. In true boss fashion, there will be a place where I cannot save myself without the intervention of the boss, so he will save us. He, she, it, like right here. A little farther back than I'd like to be, but all good. And again. And this is usually around the time in my practice runs where I start to die at least once to a boss. But the principle stays the same. We're going to charge up when we can and get in there and put her into a stun lock as much as possible. Oh. Okay, that's good. I want this. So I'm going to save our HP as much as possible when it comes to... Felt a little sketchy on my side there. So at the end of the last level, actually, I didn't bring this up. We're tasked with finding 3 gems that are in these 3 locations. And what that does is it's going to seal the gate to the demon world, supposedly. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to go and collect all of these. That was close. Sometimes it always just feels sketchy when you're doing something during a live run. So we're going to get one of our first little fun skips here. We're going to deboost off of one of these skull enemies to get above this roof. And we're up and over. Oh. Missed my guillotine boost. Enemies, why are you all here? And there's no good way to describe what I do there. I just jump and mash attack to climb those stairs. Now we're going to try to skip here. Oh, we just made it. That was sketchy. I guess I shouldn't say sketchy, but I was very close to not making it. Oh, rolling the wrong way. Chat, say hi to Omax. Omax has just arrived in the house. He does not look at all tired. Some bad jumps there, but we made it. The Slurpathon mascot Remy has just shown up and sat down beside me. She's adorable. Wish we had a camera for you to see her. Okay, so we're obviously in the sewers. Water is going to slow us down. We're just going to roll and jump as fast as we can through this. Oof. Once again, that was close. Okay, Trank's not around, but he can attest to how much I curse when fighting this boss. Oh, why you gotta put it up there? Really? Again? Alright. And we are going to save our HP now for just in case situations. That was actually very kind. I've had better patterns, but I've also had worse patterns. And I didn't die, so always a plus. Okay, 3-5 is the construction site, and this level has probably my favorite set of skips. They're challenging. They eat up a bunch of my HP. If you screw it up, there's kind of no saving it, but they're still fun. Oh, why am I stuck on there? We'll use demons to climb our way up. Okay, so the first of these skips, I mentioned earlier that we have things we can do where we can skip Komori. That's one of them. You're supposed to actually take down the structure by taking down Kenji's side and then Komori's side, but we'll just skip taking it down and just jump higher. Skulls, move faster. You know, during practice, it never really occurred to me how much I'm waiting on these skull monsters to catch up to me and do stuff. Almost jumped right off there because I wasn't paying attention to the fact that the eye was not ready for me to bounce off of. Alright, so this is the boss that hates Komori, and we fought before. She's going to annoy us by causing us damage if we're not behind cover at all times. Which at some point we really don't care about. That point is around now. Oh, thought I was going to catch that wall edge. Oh, wait here actually, because I need to remember to do this. Alright, coming up is my favorite skip. It's going to involve a lot of damage boosting. Oh no! That was bad. That has now become a major problem. Okay, we still made it. Not having enough for Ragebound is going to be an issue, but maybe we can build it up. And we're just going to deep boost our way up. Ooh, I wonder if we're going to have enough. Nope. We most definitely did not have enough. That's unfortunate, but kind of a plus side to that is I get my Ragebound attack back, so I'm not overly fussed about it. I'm disappointed it took so much of my... Oh, jeez. Wonder why... What's going on? That was more time than intended. And those things are just going to annoy us for the rest of the level, basically. Because I have zero intention of turning around to kill them. So we're just going to make sure we deflect off of their attacks. Or skip past them. Okay, we're going to kill Kumori's nemesis here this time. You would fly away from me. This is the last one we'll do like this, and then we'll use the Ragebound art when she starts flying. That was good. Actually, we can do one more, because we should be able to keep her locked like this. So that's all 3 gems. Now, the guy in the suit you saw earlier, agent of the CIA. Naturally, the CIA knows better than the experts. So instead of sealing the gate, they want to try to take control of the demon world. Oh yeah, and they also imprison us, which we're going to stage a breakout right now. This is the level I'm more or less the least confident in. Yeah, damn. I tend to be slow in the later stages because I'm not that confident at deboosting through some of this. I would miss it. The enemies with the rifles, bane of my existence. I feel like they change their angle at random intervals that aren't conducive to me understanding at times. Wait, why elevator? Why you do that? Son of a... I blame that entirely on the elevator that stopped moving up. There we go. That's what this level's supposed to look. This section's supposed to look like. Oh. So world record run here starts doing a lot of damage boosts. We're going to take it a little bit slower. And we're going to take these movable platforms instead of damage boosting. Which, for obvious reasons, will be slower. I'm not sure why I jumped into the bullets there. Gosh darned it. Okay. That's probably the worst section of this level for me, personally. And now we do battle with the helicopter. This is going to be kind of just sit around and kill if there's anything you want to toss in and leave.
I could throw a tree. I mean, we've got a couple of nice incentives going on right now. A nice bid war between save and kill the animals for Metroid Fusion coming up down the road. As it currently stands, Save the Animals is in the lead by $30. If you'd be interested in donating to maybe seeing those animals get killed, or maybe you want to help lock them into being saved, the power is yours, the option is yours to be able to make. All you've got to do is make a donation. On top of that, I do want to just remind everybody that we are working towards our goal of $2,000, and we currently are at chunk over $700 right now, halfway to $800. So we're making fast track to being able to hit our goal before the end of this event, but hey, the sooner we do it, the better. And there's plenty of great incentives, great opportunities, and even then, it's just a great cause. It's extra life, it's benefiting the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. What better place to make some donations, help out some kids, help make sure that those hospitals get these unrestricted funds so that they can kind of use that money as they want, as they need. Very, very fantastic, good cause. Definitely help out the tree singers as well too. But yeah, Extra Life brings together thousands of gamers around the world to play games in support of their local Children's Miracle Network hospital. Since its inception in 2008, Extra Life has raised over $100 million for sick and injured kids. If you potentially were somebody who might want to get involved in organizing your own charity marathons as well, it is as easy as signing up online at extra-life.org, asking your friends and family to donate, and pledging to play games in support of the Children's Miracle Network Hospital of your choice. You can play from the comfort of your own home, play any game you want. If you'd like to learn more about how you can play games to heal kids, you can always visit extra-life.org.
That was unfortunate. So I don't know what kind of battleship has this kind of weapon on its deck, but there you are. Apparently, we have specific weapons designed to attack people on your own ship.
Meta Knight's Halberd has stuff like this.
Oh, you know what? I should have held off and let you talk now because I've got a minute 37 of auto scroller.
I could definitely find a little bit more stuff to fill in the void.
You got about a minute and a half.
Yeah. Well, this as usual is always a good moment to remind people that if you do make a donation, we do actually read them out during the stream. Give you a nice little shout out. So if you want a little bit of credit for your wonderful, lovely donation, we will read it out for everybody else to hear just how helpful of a job you did in helping us reach our own charity goal. A little bit of backstory about Slurpathon as well. Slurpathon started off as a small in-person marathon held in Calgary, Alberta. As we grew over the years, we started to include more of our friends, including people flying out into the States. As we entered 2020 and had to navigate the ever-changing nature of the pandemic, we moved to be more online-based. Since then, we have adopted a hybrid style, taking runs both from online and doing some at the Slurpathon HQ, which is it's a good place. It's a fun place. It's definitely good. And yeah, let's see what else last year we were able to raise $2,451.13 USD for Extra Life. If you could, I would love to see that get passed, but first we probably should focus on the 2,000 goal that we currently have set for ourselves. Was that 90 seconds?
Yeah, it was about that.
Perfect.
Okay, so the next two levels, also not fond of. I struggled with a bunch of these. I've already been hit. I don't know what it is about them. They're pretty straightforward, but I do tend to screw up, jump into pits, die to bosses for unnecessary reasons. But we will trek along. Now, I don't know what the purpose of the ninja on the right there is. She jumps in, but if you stay on this side, she never attacks you. So, I usually just ignore her. And us jumping is always faster than just climbing, so there's a fair chunk of climbing involved in this level, which we are going to avoid as much as possible. So these crushers are not necessarily instant death. If you get caught in the edge, you're okay. If you get caught in the middle, then you're probably dead.
You mean to tell me you don't die by getting your toe stubbed?
Not toe stubs. Toe mashing, maybe. No. That was lucky. Oh. Just was not paying attention to the fact that that shield guy was running right at me. That was actually one of my smoother runs through that. So like I said before, we're going to just try to jump instead of using the climbing rope thing as much as possible. And then we're going to roll underneath all these trucks and avoid all the enemies standing on top of the trucks for some reason. So these spotlights, if you stay in the spotlight too long, it'll start shooting its gun at you. Yeah. Oh, I didn't even kill that guy. I'm insulted. Stop deflecting my attacks. It is unseemly. Now there are some paths, you might have noticed I just skipped a Komori path there, where it leads you to unlockables. Since we don't need that, we're not going to do Komori stuff. Ooh. These 5 guys will come out at a set order. Honestly, took a little bit more damage there than I wanted to, so we won't use all the bar. I'll make sure we have some HP for the boss. I cursed this boss a lot too. That was my fault. I did not finish charging. I suspect there's going to be another death here. Oh dear. Oh, I just made that. Oh, that might have been too soon. Yep. There's going to be death. For as much as I've practiced this boss, I am so bad at this one. Let's get the knockback from the Ragebound here. Should be good. I think he might actually be my most hated boss.
That's not very nice. What did he ever do to you, aside from everything that kind of just happened?
All right, 3 more levels here. We're entering the secret lab of the CIA, where they're conducting their regular experiments and with demons and all that jazz. You know, your typical CIA knows best plot. Oh. Thought I would have deflected that. I would love to know how this elevator came to be, though. Barbed wire up both sides. Alright, we're going to have 2 shield guys here. We're going to try to kill them both at the same time. Success. Ugh. Please get that. Okay, normally I skip that one, but things went horribly wrong in Kumori's path this time. Oh boy. Now these platforms seem to have no rhyme or reason to how they work. So we're just going to jump around and wing it. Honestly, one of the better winging that's happened recently. Now these lasers, you can actually just normally outrun, but you can't outrun them such that you get ahead of them. It's kind of annoying. And there'll be another run of those lasers later on as well. Ah, come on. And this section is one of the worst places you could possibly die, because the checkpoints are so far apart, and these capsules you're standing on aren't exactly speedy, especially in the second portion where you actually have to stand on one and it becomes a bit of an auto-scroller. So, just don't die. That's all there is to it. Now I just gotta put action. I just gotta put actions to words, and I missed the cycle. That's unfortunate. I think we're gonna get lasered again. Really? Now you show up? I was expecting that monster to show up earlier. Okay, you're not going to recognize this character in the fox mask because I skipped the cutscene where she helps free you from the prison. And we're going to ignore the fact that she's going to die, so. We're real nice like that. Here we are. Lasers that were actually faster than again. And now the powers that be will try to gas us out of this hallway. We're going to say no and just break through the pathetically weak glass. Oh. Well, that was a disappointment. But we're through. I think there's a way to dodge that guy's barf, but I haven't figured it out. Oh, shit. Oh, that was not very good or smart. There we go. Okay, so now the rest of this game is catching up to the CIA and stopping them from ending the world. Don't recall if there are any interesting skips in here, but oh, that was weird. I've never had that shuriken thing follow me down. Now, there is one thing that's happened to me recently that I finally started dealing with. These flying guys above the train, they can follow you in weird ways that they're all of a sudden off the screen and attacking you from off screen. You can't do anything about it. It's super annoying, so I'm going to spend a little extra time trying to kill them as I see them. Oh, come on. Okay, sure. I'm gonna fall. I think that was pretty far from the checkpoint, too. Oh no! I did it again. So I've discovered you can kind of glitch that, and if you're too high for that section, you die. Or soft locks. That's... Trank's going to be disappointed, because he wanted to see that last time, and I restarted from the checkpoint before he got a chance to see it. I'm just going to take that hit and not bounce off of it, like last time. At least I know what causes it. Not sure if it's a good thing or not that I can duplicate that glitch. And it's not hard to duplicate, it seems. And then another mini auto-scroller. Oh my god, there's so many enemies on the screen. Leave me alone. Alright, this is another boss I actually really don't like. My biggest issue with him is I just never really know when its stun lock is over. Or when its stun recovery is out. Where did you come from? Okay. I'll just be stupid and stand right there and take the hit from him. Let's knock you down. That went surprisingly well, considering I let him land right on top of me. Alright, final level. Alright, I'm not sure what I was doing there, but that seemed to have saved me a little HP. Oh. Whoa. And demons get the chopper. Okay, so out of these flames are going to be monsters that climb, they can grab the edge. We're going to do our best to manipulate them so that they fall to their deaths and stop chasing us. Oop. Now we're going to go this side, so it's going to jump and doesn't have anything to grab onto. I'm gonna Nothing's worse than having one of those guys chasing you up these narrow passageways. I think that's the first time I've had that one of those climb all the way up after me. Only in a marathon, right, guys? Oh. Okay, we use you. Really? You're going to disappear right when I get there? What a jerk. Okay, here we go. Final boss. See if we can't do this in one go. Of course you don't go down low enough. Oh, that's unfortunate. Regrettably, did not kill him before we got to that point. I have done that once, but that's okay. Kumori will save us. There we go. Kumori saves us. Now, the boss decides that Kumori and Kenji together is too annoying, so he splits us apart. And it's actually faster for us to have Kumori be out here because, gosh darn it, she has ranged weapons. It does not need to jump constantly to try to get to these gems we're attacking. You can see Kenji in the background distracting the big bad as we do this. And we seal Kenji in the depths of hell. Now we have one final thing to do with Kumori. And that is go report to Ryu and the village. About what happened to Kenji. So it's interesting because the other day I tried doing the ending with Kenji, saving Kenji. I think it feels like he might be slightly faster exiting, but he's slower destroying the crystals, so I'm not quite sure about that. Because yeah, getting back to the beginning of the game is, or beginning of Kumori's section is faster, it feels. And that's time. 1:25:36. A couple of deaths, but hey.
Woo, good job!
So that was Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Hope you all enjoyed that. I believe, what game do we have next on deck?
Coming up next, we've got Crack Attack coming in with Ninja Gaiden 3. Looking forward to seeing how this one plays out.